Okay, part 2 of my life and things about gender in my life. So now we're in elementary school, and I'm a little feminist girl thinking I can do whatever I want to do. And yeah, so that was that's when we're like realizing that clothes, hair, things that we do don't have to be gendered. Yeah, they are all the time, but they don't have to be. And we're like, let's take that meaning away from it. So most of the people I hung out with, it wasn't like we weren't policing each other on what's a girl thing, what's a boy thing. Yeah. So we're all in the same boat there. Like, I don't want someone to tell me what to do because I'm a girl. I think body issues weren't very big then, because I was more like thinking about what my body could do rather than what it looked like. I mean, like, then my chest was flat, so chest stuff didn't much have anything to do with it. Oh, voice. I definitely had voice issues. I mean, like, little girls' voices and little boys' voices do sound. So this is like the like prepubescent, but like getting there. So I was like in the like right before puberty sort of way, and whenever I would hear my voice on a recording, be like, my God, my voice is really, really high. God, that sucks that I'm a girl. I want it to be I want it to be deep. I want it to be deep like a boy's voice. And I asked my mom, like, I want my voice to be deeper. And she's like, oh, yeah, no, girls' voices deepen through puberty too. And I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe I can work this along more if I think about it and really practice. I can make my voice deeper than it would naturally go. Then I like sort of like practiced. So like whenever I would leave a message on the answering machine, I would like talk in a low voice, and then when I would get home, I would listen to it on the answering machine and see what it sounded like. And it was always way too high for me. I think like everyone's voice sounds weird on a recording, so I'm going to attribute part of that feeling to that fact, but also that feeling is attributed to my voice is too high for a boy. Yeah. So then puberty happened. Fun times. So that was when I, like, around 6th, 7th, 8th grade is when I realized that I was into girls, and that a lot of the little interactions I had with my friends at Girl Scout camp were definitely crushes. And realizing this, I grew up in a very, very sort of in a religious atmosphere. Not my parents, for sure. They my dad and my sister are staunchly atheist, agnostic sort of thing. Like I'm gonna say a organized religion sort of thing. Not, yeah. So with my parents, that wasn't really a big deal, but it was definitely around me all the time. I grew up in a really small town, and I didn't have any, like, any sort of homosexual role models at all, or anyone to look up to. And in addition, it was like a sin or something. So I was definitely like feeling really guilty about liking girls, and I was like, oh, I wish I could stop this sort of thing. And of course, that was sort of like the onset of like mood disorder, funness. So I cut for a while there. Just from guilt, I think, is a lot of it. Anyway, so that was mostly, so like my brain was more occupied with who I liked, rather than who I was. Something that was definitely going on in my head, is like since before I was 6 sort of thing, is one of my other things I thought, it was, why am I me and nobody else? It's kind of like a very philosophical, like Cartesian sort of thought. Like, I think it's more Hume that thought that, or Hobbes. Hobbes was asking more of a question like that, like, wait, how are we always the same person all the time? I guess our memories are stored in our bodies, in our brain. How does that work? And I was like, man, I'm just gonna be, like, birth name forever. Weird. And, always gonna be the same person for a really, really long time. That's really weird. That's a weird thought. And I would, like, all the time ask my mom, like, wait, what would you have named me if I were a boy? And they're like, well, we always knew you were a girl, and we thought that birth name was a pretty name. I'm like, okay, but what would you have named me if I were a boy? So, my sister would have been Sebastian. I don't know if my parents are making that up. Yeah. And then, I think I had heard of transsexual, but I don't think I quite understood what it meant. Like, I thought it meant, like, drag queen, I think. And it was very much tied to, like, homosexuality. And, I, like, definitely thought the idea of, like butch femme, or, like, who's the man in the relationship. Oh, here's something I heard the other day I thought was really good. Asking who's the man in a lesbian relationship is like asking which chopstick is the fork. It works so well, but it was because it was also, like, a lot part of my personal experience, in addition to that's, like, the simplistic way that societies, like, normative society is, like, not understanding transsexuals, transgender folks. So I sort of interpreted it this way, like, I want to be a boy, and I like girls, that means I'm a lesbian. Actually, I don't think I identified as lesbian. I identified as gay. Just gay. Or, like, gay girl. I didn't like lesbian. I don't know why. Feels like it's a shared sentiment by a lot of the people I know. A lot of them identify as dyke. I'm not quite sure what the difference is. I, like, kind of understood it last year, and now I forgot. But yeah, so it was like, I had heard of transsexual, trans person is a man trapped in a woman's body. And I was imagining, like a little, like, person, like, inside a body, and it's like, oh no, this isn't my body, like, let me out, like a little tiny person inside, and I'm like, that's not how I feel. I don't get it. Alright, I must not be transsexual. Okay, I'm gonna stop this for part 3.